Now, forewarn weather with exclusive cutting-edge technology to help keep you and your family safe.
Well, we have a looming weather story happening right now down in the Gulf of Mexico. While our weather was quiet here, our thoughts are absolutely with anyone that lives in Florida, has loved ones there, or property there.
Right. There are so many Michiganders that are connected to Florida.
Connected, yeah.
And yeah, my heart going out to folks that have that connection there, because it is not looking good, especially coming off of Helene. And I know Helene probably had even more impact as it moved north with all the rain and the flooding into the Carolinas. But let's track the tropics, because this is really not good news for the folks on the Gulf side. And we're getting the latest update here. So latest update coming from the National Hurricane Center has this as a Cat 5 hurricane. If you were with us during the morning show, this was a Category 1 hurricane. That's how quickly this thing intensified. The Gulf is so warm for this system that it's like rocket fuel for the hurricane. So let's go ahead and put the tracker on as we speak. You can see the water vapor imagery and just how massive this is right off the Yucatan Peninsula. Now, the direction of this, it looks like it's just going to skirt north of it. So at the latest advisory that just came out, 160-mile-per-hour winds. Now, it looks like it's just going to go right north of Cancun, still as a Cat 5 as we head into Tuesday morning. But then as that tracks to the northeast, it is probably going to make landfall closer to Tampa now as a Cat 4. That's at least the latest update with this tracker. And so those outer bands you can see will engulf Venice, Sarasota, Bradenton, St. Pete, Tampa, all of these areas that are highly populated for vacation spots for folks that head that way. And then that's going to track up to the north and still push out of the peninsula as a hurricane. So let's dive into a couple of the risk factors here besides just those hurricane force winds. One being that storm surge risk. And as we take a closer look just south of Tampa, the latest storm surge risk has anywhere from about 6 to 9 feet as you get close to Sarasota. Now you're going to add a massive amount of rain, and this is already a very saturated area from Helene. So flood watch is in effect, but from Bradenton to Tampa, even stretching over towards Orlando, we're looking at upward of 9 inches, maybe even an inch and a foot, or I should say a foot and 6 inches of rain. So a ton of rain with this system. Now let's talk about the winds, because we have tropical systems out in the Atlantic, but this is going to be Milton. So making arrival Wednesday late evening as a hurricane, a major hurricane, likely Cat 4, and bringing tropical storm force winds all the way up towards Georgia and South Carolina. So a lot of towns that were already affected by Helene will at least get the tropical storm force or hurricane force winds from that system. Now let's bring it back closer to home. Boy, we are lucky to have such a calm weather pattern in store for us. High pressure dominating our region, and will continue to do so for a stretch of days. So we are in store for some sweater weather, but at least we get the sunshine and seasonal 60s. Now this camera over at DTW Metro Airport kind of shaking a little bit. That's where we have winds around 8 miles per hour, but 61 degrees, 57 in Pontiac, 61 in Grosse Ile, and 57 in Port Huron. So at this lunch hour, either side of 60, all of us should get into the low to mid 60s this afternoon. So pretty on par with where we should be for this point in October. So your forecast this afternoon, once again, we're looking at 64, but those wind speeds will pick up a little bit this afternoon with those wind gusts around 20 miles per hour. Tonight with clear skies, we fall to 42 degrees. Tomorrow 65, but still holding on to that breeze with gusts around 20 miles per hour. Quick look ahead to the Red Wings game Thursday. We'll be right around 60 as you're heading into Little Caesars Arena, low 50s as you're leaving, but we're staying dry. In fact, only chance for rain might be Saturday night into Sunday with a cold front that comes in, but we do welcome back to 70s on Friday.